Hello everyone, welcome to Toxiscandia, stories of a toxicologist living in Scandinavia. My name is Sveta and today we are going to discuss quite a hot topic in toxicology, which is titanium dioxide and toxicity of titanium dioxide. We are going to start with types of titanium dioxide, with uses, the most important uses that are relevant to us consumers, and of course move to toxicity. We'll finish with some practical conclusions to mark a path for everyone how to deal with titanium dioxide in your life. If you are interested in this topic, please continue watching. Titanium dioxide has been discussed a lot among scientists, among ordinary people, and this is something that is not completely clear still. So we should probably expect some development in the future, but for now, let's see what's out there. Titanium dioxide is a non-organic compound that is found in minerals in nature, such as ilmenite or rutile. Titanium dioxide is used in a lot of applications. First of all, it is used as a white pigment, and this is the main use of titanium dioxide in industry, in industrial applications. First of all, it's of course used as a pigment in paints, in paper, in plastic, and this is 80% of all the uses of titanium dioxide, so this is a huge part of its application. Then titanium dioxide is also used in textile, in rubber, in cosmetics and in food. And these applications are only 8% of all the uses of titanium dioxide, but these are the most relevant for us consumers. In addition to pigment, titanium dioxide can be also used to make products non-transparent. And here we are talking about this non-transparent white texture of a substance. And maybe first things that comes in mind is a toothpaste, and that's true. Titanium dioxide is used in toothpaste quite a lot, but not only in toothpaste. In food, as a food additive, it can be used to give this non-transparent texture to the food. If we look into the food, so it would be ice cream, chocolate, candy, cakes, chewing gum, and also titanium dioxide is quite often added to medicines, to pills. Another function of titanium dioxide is to add shining or sparkling texture to surfaces. This could be relevant for paints, for plastics, as well as pigment. And you may also think about cosmetics, skin powders with shining effect. This is all titanium dioxide. And another very important use is UV filter, physical UV filter that is produced with titanium dioxide. This type of sunscreen is really effective against UV light and in preventing skin cancer. And also another bonus is safety for environment. Physical filters with titanium dioxide are much safer for coral reefs than some chemical filters. However, the main challenge is that sunscreens with UV filter contain nanoforms of titanium dioxide, and this is really important. Nanoform or nanoparticles are particles smaller than 100 nanometers, and 1 nanometer is 1/1,000,000th part of millimeter, so it's very, very small particle. If titanium dioxide comes in non-nanoform, it will be 200-300 nanometers in diameter. There have been quite many studies over the years on titanium dioxide in sunscreens, and the largest was in 2016. It was performed in regards to safety of titanium dioxide, and it concluded that in concentrations below 25%, titanium dioxide nanoparticles will be safe in sunscreens. So this is the concentration limit. But even if concentration is under 25%, an important thing is a form of sunscreen. So if it comes in a form of paste or cream, it's okay, but if it's a powder or spray, then we are talking about exposure through small droplets, small particles in the air. So these particles can be inhaled, and this is the dangerous part, because through inhalation these nanoparticles can get into the lungs and in the very smallest part of the lungs, alveoli, and then freely transfer into the bloodstream and go to all our organs. And if sunscreens are used as a lotion, as a cream on the skin, then skin is a perfect barrier because epidermis consists of several overlapping layers. It is really hard for the particle to get through these layers inside the skin, so we are quite safe when we are talking about skin exposure. There have also been studies that showed that titanium dioxide in sunscreen is not very safe, but these studies are usually the earliest studies that have been performed, and they are not very reliable. Why? Because they concluded that titanium dioxide is not safe to use on skin, but the problem is that they tested it on damaged skin. Of course, if skin is damaged, then this overlapping layer system is not working, and then all the particles can go directly through the skin inside our bodies. So this is totally different situation. That is why all sunscreens, especially sunscreens with nanoparticles of titanium dioxide, should only be used to the healthy skin. What about micro damages or super small damages that we might not even know about? Yes, there is a solution for that as well. Sometimes or very often these nanoparticles are coated with another substances such as aluminium, silica or magnesium, and this coating actually prevents the particles from going inside the skin through the skin barrier, and if we have some micro damage that we don't know about, then this mechanism will prevent these particles from going inside. And an additional bonus is that this coating actually adds to sunscreen effect, so this sunscreen lotion becomes more effective. So for the sunscreen, important part is concentration lower than 25%, not in spray or powder, and used on the healthy skin. Then we are going to be fine. What about titanium dioxide in food as a food additive or titanium dioxide in medicines and everything that can be digested? Here, before we talk about that, we need to distinguish between chemical toxicity and nanotoxicity. This is a very important part. When we talk about chemical toxicity of the substance, this is intrinsic property of the substance, so something that comes from molecular structure of the substance and its properties, its reactivity. So this is chemical toxicity. And if we are going to nanotoxicity, there chemical structure, molecular structure is actually not important, and physical toxicity is the most important part here. So toxicity stems from a small size of the particle. So if it's nanoparticle, it doesn't matter which substance it is, or almost doesn't matter. Of course, we don't know much about nanoparticles, but all nanoparticles are considered hazardous if they are small enough. So for titanium dioxide, chemical toxicity is not relevant. It's not toxic in doses that are relevant for us. Of course, if we take tons of titanium dioxide, it might be harmful, but in those doses that come with food or cosmetics or sunscreen, whatever, it's not chemically hazardous. But nanotoxicity is very relevant because titanium dioxide can come in nanoforms, so this would be really hazardous if these nanoparticles go into our system, into our cells, because they are so small they can penetrate the cell and even interact with our DNA, which is the most dangerous part that can lead to mutations and development of cancer. So titanium dioxide in food is also known under name E171. The big news is that in Europe, starting from February 2022, titanium dioxide is banned for use as food additive. So it cannot be longer used as an additive to food products. This does not include other products such as toothpaste or cosmetics or medicines. This is not food. So why was that? Why was it banned? It is actually not because of the chemical composition of titanium dioxide, as I already said. It's not chemically toxic, but because of potential nanoforms that can be found in this food additive. The tricky part is that safety of these nanoforms were not proven. So there are not enough studies that show that these nanoparticles digested are safe. However, there is also no evidence of toxicity of these nanoparticles. So this is very gray area where we don't know much. That is why European Union decided to be proactive and very precautious. So this regulation was actually a precaution because we don't know much about the nature of nanoforms, nanoparticles, and we cannot guarantee that after ingestion they are not accumulated in the body and that they wouldn't go to the cells, to our tissues, and wouldn't cause consequences such as cancer development. It is worth mentioning that Great Britain, which is not part of European Union anymore, but still follows a lot of regulations made by European Union because it's just easier. It's such a huge system that can be followed, and it's also science-based, so makes sense to follow it. But Great Britain actually decided not to follow this particular regulation, so they are not banning titanium dioxide until more studies are available. So what practical conclusions can we make after hearing all that I talked about? As a toxicologist, I often get a question how to get rid of these nanoparticles if they're already in the body. Bad news is that it's nearly impossible to get rid of something, especially nanoparticles. So there are no scientifically proven ways to do that. So something that I would highly recommend is to prevent these particles to get inside your body and not trying to get rid of them. This is quite useless. Since carcinogenicity and toxicity of titanium dioxide particles and titanium dioxide itself is not proven, so I think it's my professional opinion that we are not in a position to panic. If you are not paranoid usually, so you can just chill and don't think about it anymore. But if you are watching this video, you're probably very interested in this topic, so you maybe are ready to make some changes to your life and make it safer, since consequences of these nanoparticles in our body, what do they do, is not really clear. Then I would suggest that you prioritize things you do in life. For example, if you take medicines that contain titanium dioxide, and these are medicines that you have to take, of course you take them. So you don't hesitate taking them just because they have titanium dioxide. This is completely fine, especially since carcinogenicity and toxicity is not proven. But if you want to minimize the exposure to titanium dioxide, you should just be more alert and read labels more carefully. If you live in European Union, you are safe in regards of food. There is no titanium dioxide in food products, but in toothpaste or cosmetics there still might be titanium dioxide, so you can just read the label and not buy those products that contain titanium dioxide if you are really into this topic. If you live outside European Union, then of course you also have to read the label on the food products, but it's totally possible to find stuff without titanium dioxide if you are really motivated to do that, so good luck with that. As I said in the beginning, this topic is quite unclear still, and all the regulations around titanium dioxide is mainly precaution. Of course, sometimes being proactive and doing something as precautions really pays out in the future. So maybe you will find out like in 10 years that titanium dioxide in nanoforms is extremely dangerous, and then we would be happy that it was banned in EU in 2022. But it can go other way around. So we may find out that it's not that dangerous and then it was all in vain. But who knows, since we don't know the future, we have to follow the regulations, the rules that we have now, and also follow our own private rules depending on what your values are. But in any case, I wish you good luck. I hope you stay healthy and strong, and see you next time. Bye bye.